Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. So, new format for Master Duel, and well, let's be honest, the format didn't really change that much, but finally Konami, decided to add the new diamond rank. So we try. At least I try to do my dailies, but I mean, let's see how far we can get right this month, this season. You know what I mean. One of the decks that I'm trying out is still grinding with Dinosaurs, but making some changes here and there. And I believe this is the best build, as in that I used up until this point, because all of the, and you will see it like this. The first example you see here, it's just like a 2-card combo, and it has, as you know, multiple ways to get to that particular 2-card combo of, for example, miscellaneous source plus baby, for example, that equals or will equal this particular field, or like the fossil dig, the reinforcement of the army for dinosaurs, and so on and so on. So like normal summon Oviraptor, short set. There are many ways to get this particular setup, as in, the extra normal summon for your Scrap Chimera, eventually go for your extra deck summon being your Scrap Wyvern, that's going to be your Link 2. Again, I don't think this is new. This is going to be your Link 2 for Boral Savage as an Omni negation. You could go for like the Ardolka, but I feel going for Savage is a bit better, because again, the Omni negation, plus it could be like a big beat stick as well. Plus you can put it in defense position for the opposing Lightning Storm. Anyway, so this is a small change compared to the version that I was, or these versions that I was running previously. Is at least I added in the artifact Scythe line, so that's Dagda into Crystron Helki Fibrex. And that because you activated the card effect, you can trigger your Dagda set side. Again, that's not really new. It's one of the big combos now currently in the TCG that should be banned, let's face it. But, important here is to, again, this is just a 2-card combo. Important here is to keep your Helki Fibrex on the field, because during your opponent's main phase, it will tag itself out to Wonder Magician. Again, pop a spell and trap on the field, like what happens here. A small problem is that you can only use it during your opponent's main phase, so your opponent always gets like priority. They can act first, so if your opponent has like Dark Rule or no more, you're screwed. But let's face it, like your opponent setting a card, activating something, you're always going to immediately use all of the effects here. So Tribute Helki Fibrex or Wonder Magician, pop your Scythe triggers, blocking your opponent from using their extra deck, and then immediately use Wonder Magician's Axel Synchro effect, go for Baroness. So like this, again, super simple 2-card combo of Misk, it can be anything, Fossil, Dig Baby, and so on, equals this field. So double Omni negation plus, the interruption of Conductor, right? Plus Artifact Scythe, blocking your opponent from the extra deck. And I believe here my opponent, I saw the deck, afterwards he was running Zombie, so Zombie World, Rivalry of Warlords as the only floodgate, the typical zombie deck. Not sure if it was with Eldritch, can't remember, but let's face it, going second, and that rivalry could definitely have been a problem. It is what it is. That's the thing. If you have seen Diamond, Diamond is ridiculous, or was ridiculous, with a lot of Drytrons, at least yesterday, right? With still the old list. So go second, and this was a good duel, one of the best ones so far, and I go second. And as you saw, I play like, what is it, 11 hand traps, like Gammas, Mexi, Ash Blossom, only one Ash. And when your opponent has like Summon Monk on its own is not really a good card, because you have so many ways to negate Monk. So if Monk is negated, you discard a spell like Imperm, Veiler, Ash, or whatever, you're in a very tough position. But, okay, I get Called by it, okay, that's fine. So I see Armageddonite, and I was like, ooh, that's not really good news, because, as you see, it's going to get abused. So now we get the information that it's against Orcus, and I'm like, well, my hand is actually pretty. Again, I have, at least if I went first, again, I had the full combo, plus Pot of Prosperity could have led into a Call By, into a Gamma, for example, to again make sure that my opponent won't Maxi me, right, or force out an early Ash Blossom. But that is what it is. Go second, so I have Misk. Misk protects me against Like here in this case, a potential Ash, a potential Bounce, because again, Masquerina will hit the board as well. If my opponent is able to put Dingirsu in the graveyard, it will protect, if I'm not mistaken, it will protect my my monsters from the Dingirsu pop, right? Or send to the graveyard, I believe. But I think he's going to leave Dingirsu on the field, yeah. Plus the field spell, you know, the Orcus field spell, it gives the player the opportunity to use Orcus monsters during your opponent's turn, so banish them from the graveyard. That could be important. So see, you know, if my opponent has an Ash Blossom, no Ash, so Pot of Prosperity 4, I think 6. You know, like hopefully hitting stuff like Harpy's Feather Duster, basically. Getting rid of both back row, especially the field spell, because that will, you know, prevent the Orcus monsters in the graveyard from triggering. I do go for Ash. So again, this is, or would be my standard, I mean, this is basically always my line. Keep my normal summon for the baby. Because I feel it's just one of the strongest and more straightforward plays. The problem though is that one card set. So again, let's see if my opponent has an interruption. Again, my Dino monsters are protected by card effects. So I was expecting something. And Masquerina being activated here, I'm honest, I personally overlooked the, the Keymaster, the Link 2, that when it's like leaves the field, you can bounce back a card. So, okay, I lose my Scrap Wyvern here. No worries, I can still recover, right? So put up Conductor. Conductor will indeed destroy baby, and you, well, I have Misk in hand, so you can definitely go for Giant Rex here in this situation. You get the maximum value later on, and I, again, want to try it out again, because the Avramax is a big problem, and here in this case I would have reborn a Scrap Monster, pop it to special summon something from the deck, and then destroy something from my opponent, right? And preferably, probably the face down back row. And here, unless I'm missing something, but I don't think I was able to out Avramax. Avramax, when it like battles an opponent's special summon monster, it will gain its like attack, so like attacking with Conductor won't matter. So my out here is something like Boral Savage or Dolka to prevent Avramax from triggering during what is a damage step, damage calc. So my opponent tried to enter battle phase. I eventually opt to, use Conductor, because I would, lose it either way. I mean, I don't think it, matters that much. Dingirsu being face down is important. I'm not sure. I think Galatea is also limited to 1 here in the Master Duel ban list. I think so. But again, this is not really threatening. The Avramax is a big problem. Plus, all of his monsters are, on field. Dingirsu face down, so the field spell is not threatening for now to potentially, special summon Dingirsu during my turn. But my opponent has 1 card in hand. Obviously, it's Maxi. So I need to go for game. I need to try to push for game, but the problem is that it's Orcus, and Orcus is known for, playing a lot of hand traps. Nibiru, definitely Nibiru, Maxi, Ash, Veiler, whatever. So again, go for my standard play, and my mindset here is to get Dolka up as soon as possible, after using, Oviraptor. So Dolka is there for the expected Ash Blossom. It's going to get negated. Important here is that Dolka at least keeps 1 Exceed material, so I can, attack over Avramax and negate its effect, so I can potentially go for game. But I was running low on time here, so Giant Rex special summon itself, and I eventually, I think the better play was to go for, well, I don't know, maybe Phoenix? Phoenix popping the field spell. But then again, I had like no follow-up play for a potential access code talker, maybe Unicorn, that might have been an okay play as well, but my mindset was like, okay, that there could be Veil or it could be Nibiru, so I needed something like Savage, but like in hindsight now, seeing it now, I think I always would have lost because of the field spell. So this could have been game, again, if it wasn't for the field spell. And there were moments where I definitely could have, destroyed the field spell with Phoenix into Unicorn maybe, but then again, what would have been my outs, right? Access code is not enough with Dolka or something like that, and yeah, it's a problem. And I was looking at the decklist from my opponent, he only plays 2 Droplet, always. They always open call by Droplet, right? Always. Like the first turn, right, with that set Droplet. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining, so I'm just let my opponent play through here, the damage tasks. And I mean, this was definitely a good duel. going back and forth, but that unfortunate Maxi. I mean, it wasn't only Maxi, but that call by on Ashe definitely hurt. But it is what it is. I'm definitely happy with the build. It's strong. Going first, it can play through hand traps, and Scythe is just so ridiculous. Going second could be a problem, but as you know, you're playing so many hand traps, plus Misk is so OP. So going second, playing through your opponent's negations, that's something that this deck can definitely do. So if I, rank up even further, I might put Droplet in as well over, let's say, maybe Lightning Storm, maybe Nibiru or something like that. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lead signing out. Peace.